Ahoy! We are Kathi and Max, and we live on a 40-year-old sailboat that needs our attention all the time.
Aye.
We have recently asked our YouTube subscribers and Instagram followers to
pretty much ask us anything.
Here's what you want to know.
So, when and how and why did you fall in love with sailing or the ocean? Those are two different questions for me because I fell in love with the ocean as a child. And my parents keep telling me the story that I once ran straight towards the water as a toddler without the swimming aids on. So I ran away from them and I straight into the water. I think I just always trusted this element. I really love the water. I can't wait to jump into the water. And yeah, so I fell in love with the ocean as a child. You?
Yeah, also for me, water was always an element I liked. Is it swimming or some water sports like wakeboarding or surfing and stuff like that? So yeah, I always enjoyed being in the water.
Also, your family, they dive, and so yeah, we are kind of, I don't know. And my dad also likes the ocean, and so yeah, kind of always wanted to be near the ocean.
Yeah.
And yeah, you pretty much tried every water sport that is in the book.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, so we love the ocean. I think that's safe to say. And with sailing,
the sailing part, yeah, as we said in another question, we did the lake sailing. We liked it. We really liked it. We worked well together. We did coastal sailing. We did a charter. We really liked that. So sailing. Yeah,
but I think to say, when did you fall in love with sailing? I think we are maybe still falling in love with sailing, or fell in love with the idea of the sailing life or the sailing lifestyle. So I don't know if I'm actually able to say that I love sailing.
Yeah, it's still something we have to figure out because still we are
learning and
we are
experiencing good and bad.
We're far from experienced sailors. So.
Yes, so we can't say that we love sailing like, people who sail their whole life would say they love sailing. So I think to say that we are still falling in love with this is quite a good answer.
So how do you deal with internet connection and data? We have a mobile data plan. Of course, it's
in Europe here it's fine, so we still use it like regularly, and
it's. I mean, with all the Instagram and stuff, it can get expensive, and it does.
I think it's pretty much the most expense I have at the moment.
Yeah, so whenever possible, we try to use some Wi-Fi in the harbor or in a cafe when we are at anchor. Especially for uploading YouTube stuff, that's not possible on the mobile data plan.
Yeah, so we go to a coffee shop, and then we upload it.
But when we are in a harbor, the experience was most of the time a good one with the harbor Wi-Fi. So yeah. It's really not that big of an issue.
Yeah. Yeah. You always find Wi-Fi.
Yes.
If you're looking for it, you will always find Wi-Fi.
So
except at anchor, of course, then you don't have Wi-Fi. Okay, so the next question. How many languages do you speak, or is it enough? Or is English enough when entering a new harbor? Good question. We learned recently that it probably isn't. So I speak a little bit of French from school, and I also speak a little bit of Spanish, and I understand better than I can. Yeah, that So I'm nowhere close to have a deep conversation with anyone, but I can ask for directions, and in Spain we learned that especially when you need something for the boat, it gets a bit harder to communicate what you really want, so people don't really know what you want, and then we managed up until now, but
to get back to the question, entering a new harbor,
English is fine.
English most of the time it's fine, but here in Spain, in Galicia, we did call some harbors and they didn't speak a word English. So you just hang up the phone and just go into the harbor, tie up wherever you want. And then someone comes and
asks you,
points you
in the right direction, or where you should
tie up and where the boat should go. But it's for Spain, Spanish would be a good idea.
Spanish would be really good, yeah. So
in France, we had
didn't
no
have we expected that it would be harder,
but English was fine.
English was fine, and we managed to
In all the other countries we've been to, like Belgium and the Netherlands, English was absolutely fine.
Yeah. So what are your plans for this year? So we now have the plan we are on a good way to around Europe.
Yep.
And that is the plan. So we will go we came from the north, and now we are on the Atlantic coast of Europe, and we will go to the Mediterranean. So we will try to...
The trip changed from
going around the world
to around Europe, and for this year it's getting into the Med, getting to the Costa del Sol maybe,
and then we kind of have the idea that we might take a little break from the boat, so put it in a marina somewhere for a longer time, so for a few months maybe, and then maybe take our surfboards, rent a car, rent a little house on the Atlantic coast of Spain and go surfing there for a month or so, and just enjoy a little break from the boat, because all the reasons we just told you before, it could be nice to have a little break from this adventure and do a different adventure without having to worry about the boat and being on the boat.
Okay, what are the top 3 places you want to visit on this journey, and what puts them on the top of your list? Okay.
We are both really looking forward to Andalusia, so we are already on our way there, but we have been there many times by plane and with our surfboards, and we are really excited to see that by boat and with our own sailboat. So that's something to look forward to. That's very close actually.
Also, I'm excited for Croatia. Croatia is really a really lovely sailing region with crystal clear water and really protected from swell, because there are so many islands that just hold the swell off, and you can sail between the islands in nice wind with flat sea, and it's actually close to home, so it would be an easy thing to visit our families.
And maybe for friends and families to come and visit us, because like most of you, we struggle with the pandemic still, and that people don't want to take a plane anywhere, because we did plan to have friends and family on board, but nobody's coming now. So if we get closer to home, we think that people might just get in their cars and drive down the 6 hours, and then we can meet and they can stay on the boat and we can sail a bit together. So this will be nice, So the Adriatic Sea, pretty much, we'll look forward to that, but that's still a while. And I really would like, if we make it to Greece, I really would like to visit Santorini, because it's just a city I've always wanted to see. Yeah, and what puts them on our list? Yeah, the reasons we've mentioned.
Yeah. When will you cross the Atlantic Ocean?
Do you want to say it or should I?
Initially, the plan was to go down to the Canary Islands and cross. Actually, last year. That didn't happen. Then we thought, yeah, we can do it this year. Then Corona happened, so no crossing this year. And now we are at the point where we say, yeah, we will go to the Mets because our plans in the past, they have been pretty much worthless because
because you can't really plan. Honestly, you
the
can't
circumstances
really plan.
changed so much and so fast. So the Atlantic crossing.
The Atlantic crossing.
It's something we do have in the back of our heads, but we really
it's a
don't
dream,
know.
but we might not do it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So long story short, we won't be crossing the Atlantic anytime soon.
Yes.
Okay, next one.
Let's do this one. What camera gear do you use?
Yeah, we get it also asked quite a bit. So we mostly use the Canon EOS M50. It's the camera, it's kind of a common vlogging camera. So we decided on that one. We bought that this winter actually. And before that, we just used our phones, and we still use our phones from time to time. So we both have the iPhone 7 and we film with the iPhone 7. And we also have 2 GoPros, the GoPro Hero Session and the GoPro Hero 7, is it?
7, I think. Yeah.
7, yes. So the Session is a little bit our backup GoPro.
Yeah, the other GoPro, the 7, it's a really nice camera with image stabilization. Yeah, the dolphin
it's a great
footage.
Camera. Yeah,
maybe you saw it on YouTube. Something like that you can do with the GoPro, and you wouldn't put your vlogging camera in the water. So.
Not with a case, and we don't have one. And then we have a drone, and that's the best camera we own. We have the DJI Mavic Pro 2. Is it the DJI? Mm-hmm. Yes, the DJI Mavic Pro 2. And we have the drone, and that's the best camera on the boat.
Yeah.
And we bought that also especially for this trip.
Yeah.
All of the cameras actually, except for the GoPro Session and the iPhones. Yeah.
So.
That's my favorite question. Thank you so much for asking that. I think this is quite cool. If your life was turned into a movie, who would you want to play you guys? I really like that one. So we thought about it a little bit. And I think that Emma Stone would play a pretty good Cutty, because she's always a little bit loud, a little bit annoying, and she has like this big smile, big teethy smile. So I think she would play a very good Cutty. Also, she likes to play a little bit naive, but then actually isn't. So I think that's nice. And I think she would be a very good Cutty. And then...
yeah, I still have no idea.
Yes, but I thought about it.
Yeah.
And I think that Jesse Eisenberg would be a good Max, because, you know, a little bit nerdy, a little bit... He knows, he is quite intelligent. And so, yeah, pretty much the cast of Zombieland would be a good Cutty and Max, I think.
Okay.
But if you think somebody else, you can leave it in the comments below. It would be really interesting for us who you think would play us well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it for now. Thank you guys for
asking all the questions. If you have more questions, just leave them. We will collect them, and maybe if you enjoyed it, we will do another Q&A soon. And and we also get asked the question: have you considered a boat tour? And yes, we have, and we will do a boat tour. And yeah, so but we just haven't gotten around it yet because we want to fly the drone over the boat for that, and we want to be at an anchorage, maybe at a calm and quiet and beautiful anchorage, so that we really can show off the boat, both from the outside and the inside. And yes, we will do a boat tour soon. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you also so much for subscribing and for liking our content on Instagram. We're really excited that you enjoy our content so much. And yeah, keep following, keep liking, keep subscribing to this channel. And we will, yeah, like always, keep on posting the stuff we think is interesting.
Okay.
Bye!
Bye.